Welcome to Know Like Trust for Real Estate, where I help you craft branding and marketing strategies that align with your unique strengths. Agents who work with me grow their business on average 40% by aligning their marketing with who they are, not what they sell. Today, we're talking all about brand awareness. My guest today is Beth Golden of the Golden Home Team at Remax Advantage in Baltimore, Maryland. Beth and her husband live and work on the water near Baltimore, Maryland. They love the water, they have niched down, and they want to focus on selling waterfront properties in the Baltimore area. Beth and her husband recently created a brand new visual identity, and her biggest challenge is getting it out there and creating brand awareness around it. So today, Beth and I talked about very specific actionable takeaways on how she can create that brand awareness and start to build that association between her brand new visual identity, her new logo, and their real estate team. Take a listen. Beth, I'm so psyched to have you here with me today. Tell me what your biggest marketing challenge is right now.
Thanks for having me. So we have a big marketing challenge. So I met my partner, which is now my husband, back in 2006, 2007, something like that. So when we finally did become a team, we were GQ Home Team because his last name was Golding, my last name was Quigley. We liked that, how it meshed together. We had a logo, everything good to go. 3 years ago, we got married and we were just kind of still rolling with the same branding because I guess we just didn't know what to do. And it was like one of those things that always just went to the wayside. And then this year we just really got serious about branding like our new name, which is Golden Homes, which is both of our names now. So we got everything together. We have a logo. I picked some brand colors, but I'm just, my biggest challenge is just getting it out there. Are we doing the right thing? Am I happy with what we have? Just a whole branding challenge. So I guess we're about 6 months in seriously with rebranding. So I just wanted to get some advice from you on what you see, what you like, what you don't like, what we should mix up, all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. This is my wheelhouse, right?
Yes.
I'm super excited about it. All right. So your biggest challenge is you have this brand new logo, you have this visual identity, and you want to create brand awareness around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So ultimately, what is your goal?
So our goal is just to niche down as much as possible, niche down. We live on the waterfront. We sell waterfront in the area, in the neighborhood. So we wanted to bring all that in. So we have the anchor in our logo. So our goal is just to, be consistent with our branding, create that brand awareness, something that we like and that we're going to stick with and not be like, oh my God, I want to do this now. I want to do that now. That's one of my biggest problems is just the exploration and changing things up, and Canva makes it so easy.
Yeah.
So that's really the goal, is just to feel happy and confident about the direction we're heading. And if there's something that we just don't see that we should be doing now or in the future.
And what are you hoping that your new visual identity is going to do for your business?
We are hoping that it's going to, just help out with our niche and just really hone in on, local waterfront. We live on the waterfront. We love the waterfront. We love selling waterfront homes. That, it's a luxury brand and that, people should use us and feel very happy to have our logo on their property when they list it with us.
Awesome. So it's a luxury brand, and your ideal dream customer is who?
Dream customer. I mean, we are working with waterfront sellers and buyers now. So just more of that is A-okay with us.
All right. So we want to do more business with people on the waterfront. Is that fair? Okay.
Yep. Local waterfront in our community. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. All right. And so how are you feeling right now about your brand? Is it working for you?
I'm feeling really happy. I really am. I'm feeling surprisingly more happy than I thought I would, just because I like toying with things.
Yeah.
I like it too because it's really hard for my husband and I to get on the same page. So we had meetings, we got together, we looked at the whole thing, and had to agree on the logo, had to agree on the font for our G. Like that was a big deal. So
Yeah.
getting past that big hurdle was really good. So I like all of those elements about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy what we've come up with. And I sent you something yesterday too with how we incorporated that with Remax currently now too. So that was fun. Husband liked it too. That's always an added plus.
Yes. Yes. I did a little research.
Okay, great.
I looked at your digital footprint,
Uh-huh.
and I have good news and I have bad news. What do you want to hear first?
I would love to hear the good news first.
Okay. The good news is your logo does tell me that you work by the water. I mean, it's got the anchor, it's got the G in there. I love the G tied in with the anchor. Right away, it tells me that you're waterfront property type of real estate agent. So you accomplish that goal. Love it. The other piece of good news is you have a great brand behind you. You've got this powerhouse brand in Remax. I used to work for Remax, so I'm a little partial to the Remax brand. So I think that's also really good news. And I think you have a lot of opportunity. So here's where the opportunity is as I see it. Number one, your posts, your images, really, really cluttered. Really
Okay.
cluttered. Lots of text on top of images, lots of sort of angles, lot of information on one post. You've got an image, you've got a lot of text, you have in many cases, your picture, your name. So when you're scrolling, think about how you scroll through Instagram, right? And what actually stops the scroll.
Uh-huh.
It's not scroll stopping, because as somebody who's scrolling, and I do a lot of doom scrolling, if I don't know what I'm supposed to look at, I'm just going to keep going. And so the more cluttered your posts are, the more people are just going to keep going because they just don't know what the message is. So often I say, what is the biggest asset in the post? Is it the image of that beautiful waterfront property? Don't clutter it up with any text or any pictures or anything like that. Put everything you need to know in your caption.
Okay.
Because a gorgeous waterfront property is what's going to stop me, because I'm going to want to see more of that. They're already on your page, so they don't need to see your name and your picture and all of that stuff. So that's one thing I noticed. The other thing is consistency. And I see this so often with my clients. And there's like an absolute legit reason why people aren't consistent. And that is we get bored.
Uh-huh.
Either we get bored by putting the same colors and the same fonts and the same shapes and sizes and all of that stuff, or we forget what the last post was, right? And so I saw a lot of that. I saw your old logo, for example, is in your email signature.
Oh, yeah.
And you have pink in your email signature. I don't think pink is part of your color palette anymore.
Yep.
Certainly not Remax's color palette. And your golden color palette, which is beautiful, is that beautiful navy, right? I also saw a variety of fonts, like in your email signature, on your Instagram posts, in your Facebook posts. So it becomes confusing and harder to remember, right? And then the last thing, and probably like the most mind-blowing thing, is your logo itself. In many cases, it was so small that I could barely see what it actually was. And also, I want you to think about like the Nike swoosh.
Mhm.
When you see the Nike swoosh all by itself, you know it's Nike. You don't need to see the word Nike on there. And the reason for that is because Nike has spent millions, probably billions of dollars, on their advertising and creating that brand awareness. But for people like you and me, we need our names attached to our logo, our icon. So you have this beautiful anchor icon, but it's not attached to your name. The G is beautiful, but it's not enough. It needs to be locked in or locked up with the Golding team so that people know that it's you. And then over time, as people understand and associate those two, you can use the icon as more of a design element and people will understand that it's you. But all by itself, it's really hard to associate that because it's so new and because you're not spending millions of dollars on your advertising.
Man, I should spend millions of dollars on my advertising.
The other thing, this is so minor that I would say is check your links. When I was on your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn link didn't work, and your gqhometeam.net didn't work. But for some reason, it worked on your other pages. So I don't know why, if there's something quirky with the link itself. So just check that out.
Yep, might just be missing something, a letter or something.
Yeah. So those are sort of my big observations. So I would say, get cleaner with your posts. Be consistent. Make sure the number one thing I think I would do if I were you when you get off this call is update your email signature.
Okay.
And then your logo itself, lock it up with your name so that people associate that beautiful icon with your name, the Gold Home Team.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Good. No, good. I think it's great feedback. So did you like the Golding Homes with the Remax, with the Advantage, how I had all of that together? Or do you think that the logo in all of that was too small?
I didn't love it.
Okay. No, that's good. No, I need to know these things.
I'll tell you why. You had some scripting in there with your name. And in many cases, with that one in particular, and then in others, it seemed that the Remax logo was more of a stamp and not an incorporation with your logo.
Gotcha.
So, and there's some like fine tuning and some creative ways you can put your logo with your name locked up with Remax. I just had a client in Maine, a Remax team called the Wonder Team. Don Wonder is the team leader. They're very well established. They're actually a Seacoast brand as well.
Nice.
So I would encourage you to take a look at them, and you can see how I locked up the Wonder Team, their logo. So I've got a beautiful W logo with their name locked up with it. And then I also locked it up with Remax. Remax Realty One is what their company's name is. And so if you look at their other, probably not their website, because I think they have just a generic Remax website. But if you look at their Instagram, their Facebook, they've locked it up really beautifully. And you can see, I also created some Instagram posts for them. What do you call it? Templates, duh. And so you'll be able to see in their templates how I was able to lock up in a variety of different ways so that you still have this very clean look. It can be really challenging when you have a national brand and then a team name, just because you're trying to communicate so many things. And then, sometimes even under that, you have an individual agent, which becomes really, really difficult to brand and to communicate. And so you'll be able to see how I was able to do that. And that should give you some ideas from like an Instagram template perspective, how you can lock things up and utilize both the Remax colors with your colors in a way that flows and aligns really beautifully.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do?
Definitely take your advice. So I'm going to check those links. I am going to update my email signature, make sure that's all good. Think about consistency with my fonts. I guess think about, like, look at the Wonder Team and think about some cleaner posts that I can make doesn't have so much info in it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then figure out, like, with maybe looking at the Wonder Team as an example on how to maybe incorporate things together so that it's more cohesive, makes sense, more recognizable, but not so much with, like, the colors and the logos and stuff, the names.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I made notes.
And you made notes. Great. Well, I am definitely going to follow up with you and see how you're coming along. I would love for people to be able to follow you. Where can people find you?
Oh, so Beth Golden Homes, on all the places, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the places. And
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being brave enough to come on,
Yeah.
for being open and vulnerable to sharing your challenge. And I wish you all the best. And if you're listening right now, I want you to definitely make sure that you follow Beth at Golden Homes.
Thank you so much, Christine. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Beth. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to click the follow-up button on the podcast app to make sure that you never miss another episode. And sign up for my newsletter, The Sunbeam. Go to postedbeamcreative.com and sign up. And if you're listening and thinking, I could really use this type of coaching for my business, I would love to hear from you. Go to coachingwithchristinegeorge.com and apply to be on the show. I'm Christine George, and you're listening to Know Like Trust for Real Estate.